Okay. That wasn't good.
Ella, did you feed your fish?
Yeah.
Stop that.
I'm really actually just like right there. I'm gonna do them right here.
You're not practicing with Marcia today?
No,
You are or you're not?
I am not.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
I even checked with her. I asked her. Go use the restroom. I'm gonna be right back because I need to use the bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna pause it though. I'm back. Okay. today's Wednesday. BK stands for Books Knots Now. Book Knots Now. Okay, sorry, I have to write this in the list. Let's do the A2 section because I've never done that alone. Not alone, like me alone, but like I haven't done the section by itself. I'm gonna do that, I'm sorry. I'm done with that. I did that at 1:20. I was trying to just do pitches, but then that bow stroke came in, so I kind of just did that. Anyways. Before I did like a loop down or something, I don't know. I did that. Yeah. I still have 30 minutes. Okay. I'm not trying to do a stroke right now, I'm just trying to.
Ella, I'm so confused. What's just happened with those two exercises? What was going on with that? I didn't understand what you were doing for that. Could you explain what you worked on? Or did you just get frustrated and move on? Couldn't really tell.
I didn't. I don't.
You played through the first one, the first section only. You didn't play through the whole thing.
That wasn't.
Is there a reason? I mean, if there is, fine.
We practice it. We practice a section a day, so I have a section and I do it at a metronome speed.
And you do what?
And I do it at a metronome speed.
Okay, and was it a faster metronome speed?
I mean, it was at 120.
Well, what did you do yesterday?
I mean, I didn't do this one yesterday. I did a different section every day. That's why.
And you're doing all the sections at 120? Is that what you're doing? Because I only heard the first section and it sounded exactly like it sounded for the last 6 months.
I'm saying what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the sections that I can't do faster, and then I'm going to practice those and try to get them faster.
But that first section, you already know you can play it super fast. You didn't play it super fast.
That wasn't the first
What section was it?
It was the section after the first section. It sounds like the first section, but it's not.
Okay, and I thought you played that one pretty damn fast at Eugene's lesson just 3 weeks ago, right? So now you're practicing it slower than you played it for Eugene? Is that what you're telling me? Because I'm sitting here going, really? She's playing the second section that slow? That was a very slow metronome speed for the second section, which you were playing twice as fast as that 3 weeks ago. So how's that practicing? That's my question for you. If you can explain it to my satisfaction, I'll shut up. But so far you haven't.
Well, sometimes I like doing it at slow speed, so when I do it fast, if I make a mistake when I do it slowly, I practice the mistake and I hear it, but if I do it really fast, while I practice it, I'm not going to be able to hear the mistake as well, and I won't really know where it is, so that's why I practice it kind of slow.
Okay, well, didn't we spend 30 minutes discussing how to practice this piece the other day? And didn't Marcia say the day after we spent 30 minutes that it was way, way, way improved?
Yeah.
Okay, so I suggest you practice it the way I told you to practice it so that it can get way, way, way improved. If you don't know how to play the second section without making mistakes, then you need to play it half the speed that you were just playing it at. And teach your fingers where to go. If your fingers don't know where to go by now, then you need to stop and learn that section over. And if they know it really well now, you need to figure out how to speed it up. Okay? And I'm going to tell you my opinion about how to speed it up. And I'm going to tell you that what you just told me is a very decent way of speeding it up. For somebody who doesn't really know where to go, playing it slowly every once in a while is a pretty good idea. But I don't think that you don't know where to go in that section at all. I think you've played that section almost flawlessly for 6 months. And therefore, I think the way to speed up that section is to pay attention to your bow and not pay attention to your fingers and let your fingers become light and quick and forget about them. Because the more you focus on your fingers and where they are going, the more you are learning to focus on your fingers and where they're going. You're not learning to go faster. If you really need to focus on where your fingers are going, you need to go way slower than that. But if you're trying to get it faster, you have to learn to practice making it faster, not practice getting your fingers in tune. I'm actually not that sure that Eugene even gives a flying fuck if there's a couple of notes out of tune. What he is interested in is you getting it faster. And you are not practicing to make it faster. You're practicing to make it in better tune. And those are two different things. And it's actually an amazing tune, and you've done an amazing job on it. I would probably highly suggest that if we put all the people who've passed Eugene's test in a row, you're probably going to play it more in tune than any of his other students. But he does not seem particularly interested in how in tune it is. He's interested in how fast it is. So go over to the middle of the room and play the second section at a really fast metronome speed. Turn up the metronome before you go over there and watch your bow. And play the music through your arm like you did when you played through Itzhak Perlman yesterday. Focus on your arm and the music and let your fingers do as they please. Force your fingers to be catch-ups, not to be drivers. Force them to be passengers, not drivers of the car. The driver of the car is your bow. Your fingers are going along for the ride. I get to look at the scenery. Your bow is what makes the music. Let's go. How fast are you putting it?
Right now it's at 138.
Well, what speed are you supposed to play it at?
I can't play it at that speed.
I didn't ask you if you could. I asked you what speed you're supposed to.
184 or...
And how
more.
fast can you play it?
I can play it well until 132.
Okay. Okay, put it at 136 and come over here and focus on your bow.
Okay.
It's fine. Let's start singing it first. Let me hear you sing a little bit of it.
I can't say it that fast, but
Like that?
yeah.
Okay, let me hear you do that with your voice. Okay, let me see you do it with your arm, not bowing it, but faking it. Let me see the arm going without playing any music. Okay, and whenever you're ready, put the bow on the string and go. Hey, look at you. Wasn't that fantastic? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you know, go turn the metronome off. I am trying, even though you don't like it, I am trying to prove to you that what is going on with this little exercise is in your brain. You can play it much faster than you're doing. But what is slowing you down is your brain is looking at your fingers. And your brain needs to start making music out of it. Da, la, 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 because you can tap your fingers faster than 188 or whatever it is that he wants you to do. Your fingers can move that fast already. You're not going to teach your fingers to move faster. Your fingers can move fast. They're not paralyzed, and you don't have arthritis. Your fingers can move that fast. It's your brain that doesn't think so. And the way that you're going to trick your little brain is you're going to focus on making music, and you're going to get this hand out of your mind. I'm not saying you can't listen. You can. You can listen with your ear to those fingers. But your arm is driving the car. Look, Mom, no hands when you ride your bike. That's free. All right? Play the third section at that speed over here. Do you have it memorized?
I need to look at it for a second, and then I can know it.
Well, I wouldn't look at it for more than a second. You already know where to go in this piece. Your fingers already know. It's your brain and your bow arm that you need to focus on. Tricking, okay? Get warmed up in your brain, and when you're ready, start. And don't think about your left hand. Watch your right bow and keep it moving and just put the music in there. It's okay.
Oh, I don't.
This is what I'm talking about. Stop. You're so focused on if your left hand makes a goddamn mistake. I don't care. Keep going in the music. You're playing music. You're not playing your left hand. Your whole behavior is about, oh my God, if I miss a note. It's not, oh my God, I'm playing this piece of music. The music is not one note. They're phrases. If you miss a whole phrase, you can stop and play it slower. But if you miss one note in the phrase, forget it. Nobody hears it. And use your body. Bow. Make your arm free. I don't care if you miss something. You know, it's okay. You have to practice going fast if you're going to go faster. And that means sometimes practicing mistakes. Sometimes you have to try the flip to learn how to flip. If you ever try it, you're never going to do a front flip. You have to be willing to fall down on your ass, Ella. Do it again. Be free. Be a show-off. Have some flair. All right, I think you're still focusing on your left hand.
I'm not.
That's what I think. I might be wrong, but that's what I think. Close your eyes and only focus on your bow. Now, one of the things I noticed when you were focusing on your bow is your bow doesn't have the same bow speed all the way through. Sometimes you go fast, sometimes you go slow, sometimes you fast, sometimes all the notes are in the top half, sometimes all are in the bottom. In my opinion, and I am not a violinist, since it's all 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a, that you're probably the best way to get this thing fast is to have your bow like be all the way smooth. I would watch my wrist and how much bow length, and I would try to make it all the same chunky sizes. Does that make sense? Good. Now, I know, but what now, your challenge is I want you to figure out, you can go turn the metronome off. Okay, so the time you just did it, your bow strokes were really even, and you used this much bow at the frog, between the, about an inch above the frog and halfway point. Did you see that too?
Yes.
Okay. So this is your challenge. I want you to either figure out later today or tomorrow, or talk to Marcia about it, where the best part of the bow that you should be for this piece, okay? It could be the middle section. Remember the Suzuki kids had those little stickers on their bow?
Yeah.
Maybe it's better to use the whole bow. Maybe it's better to stay at the frog like you're doing. I don't know, and neither do you. I want you to figure that out. And once you figure out where the best place of the bow is and how much bow you should use, that's how you should practice it, is in that part, okay? Does that make sense? And you can even ask Rem, because I bet you Rem could play this exercise forward and backwards. Okay, now the next exercise, absolutely you know what part of the bow to use, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to move on to the piece, I'd like, since you only have about 15 minutes, I want you to pick 3 phrases to work on, or 3 runs, or 3 somethings, and spend about 5 minutes on each one. Do not play the piece all the way through unless you're going to work on your vibrato on the F, or pick another vibrato note in the piece, or work on vibrato on the chords. Okay? But just repeat, pick 3 spots. And thank you for listening. And you know what? I think you understood what I was trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you have to get into it to figure it out. sorry. How is that a small section?
It's
How is that
it's
a
a
phrase?
phrase.
It sounds like half the page.
It's
I want you to
not.
work on like okay. I'll make it more clear. No more than 2 measures per chunk that you're working on. Also, I was going to give you the afternoon off, but since it seems like I have to be part of this practice, maybe you need to spend an extra half an hour this afternoon. Okay?
I'm thinking of spots
Well,
to practice.
okay, then just close your eyes and point to the paper and pick 2 measures 3 times. Because you're spending way too much time doing nothing. And what I want to say to you is this, okay? If you want to play through the piece, you can, but you're going to record it and you're going to listen to it and you're going to make your own critiques. I don't want you spending time sounding beautiful and playing through. That's not practicing. It's fun time, and you can do that on your own time. During practice time, I don't want you to. Okay? Okay, practice this phrase from here to here. Practice this from here to the top note. If that's a 3, make sure there's vibrato on it. Okay, those 2 things for the last part of the day. Okay, the chords sounded pretty good.
Started with that. I don't know if that's it. I don't know. finish. Goodbye.